quickly finish sharing to Instagram stories, but we're good to go. Absolutely sorry for coughing into the mic. Let me just finish posting. Okay, let me center that, 'cause it's gonna bother me if it's not center. Okay. Thank anyone for being here, for dealing with the fact that I'm currently doing a lot of things. I didn't fudge. Ah, whatever. I have an idea. Twitch.tv/EvoMVP. Don't forget it. Okay. Awesome. Story's posted. We can get to the build. Welcome everybody. Thank you to anyone that's popped in so far, anyone that will pop in. Let me just get the keyboard. If anyone's curious, exclamation point build in chat, but we are building a Mercury65 in white. Absolutely love the bottom panel of this. You can't ever see it, but it's cool that it's there. You've seen the picture I posted on Instagram. The silver bottom with the solar system on it. Let me pull that out. Move my keyboard out the way. Wait. Let's get the overhead going. So here's the case. You got some better lighting there. Shiest, I can't turn on the light without coming over. Alright. You got a little bit more light. Oh, that light is yellow. Let me make it white. Alright, better. Better. Top down view of the case. Full. There you go. Pardon the mic there, but here's the case in all its glory. Who is this made by? Sorry, one second. I'm not sure who the manufacturer is. This is a client build, guys. This isn't a personal. I'm seeing Rocket Keyboards. Okay, so this is Rocket Keyboards' logo. So there's a Rocket Keyboard case. Purple attachments on the zippers. And there's the keyboard. It's currently upside down, but we'll pull that out. Mercury65 in white. So, for anyone wondering, this was a group buy at some point. It is since sold out. I'm sure you could probably get it on the secondhand market. Something like that. But here we are, white with the gold accents. And then the silver bottom plate, which is, like I said, my favorite part here. We got the whole solar system in a row. %. We're gonna have a daughter board, of course. Par standard, aluminum chassis. Very nicely constructed. No issues with the anodization or the finish anywhere, really. It's very even. I like this badge here. I wonder if they let you replace that, but let's put that aside for now. Let's get to what I need to deal with first, which is all the accessory stuff. Close this up. Put it aside. Get into our accessories here. So, got our switch plate. Today is alu. You guys have seen me build a lot with PC, but Nice to change it up a little bit. Client opted for Alu. Actually, I'm not sure if you could change it on the... Let me see. If I go to the RocketKeyboard's website, do they give you an option? Group by details. Alu plate, brass badge. Solder PCB with daughter board and JST cable. Yeah, there's no... Do I have my soldering supplies? Wait. I didn't even realize there's a solder board. Okay. Crisis averted. Ugh, I have my solder stuff. Cool. So, it's been a while, but we are doing a solder PCB today. I just need to check to make sure that I have solder sucker, soldering irons right there, tips right there. Alright, cool. Got everything I need. Cool. Cool. The bump-ons for the case. I'll put those on at the end, actually. Those aside. Gasket. This is a gasket mount kit, which I should probably find the build instructions for, but that's what we'll be dealing with. And then, of course, the JST connector. And is this the universal? It's their design. It has their logo, but it looks like the same. I think it's Uniden or whoever makes the universal Type-C daughter board. Don't need this for now. And then here's what we were just discussing. Put the PCB, solder PCB in our case. It'll come out of the bag. Alright. Always the first thing you do, I mean, you should do this with any PCB, but especially a solder PCB. We're going to test the PCB. So I'm going to grab the daughter cable, or the daughter board and the JST cable. And then we are going to test every single switch. This is a VIA compatible board, for anyone who was wondering. Actually says it right here. You can get focus on that. QMK/VIA compatible. Mercury65 by RocketKeyboards. At this point, you would think it's an ad, but I do like the finish on everything. So I wouldn't mind, but they need to pay me for that. JST cables in on one side, get it on the other. If it's not going in, please don't try to force JST connectors. You'll bend the pins and then you're kind of screwed. Okay, that's plugged in now. Pull up via. Go. And then let me pull up. Oh, it's searching for devices. Let me see if maybe I need to plug in my other keyboard. Possible I have to get the firmware. Give me one sec, guys. Let's see, Mercury65 via firmware downloads. And we're looking for Mercury. There it is. Mercury65. Okay, got that. And then open via. Is it in design? Load draft definitions. No. Oh, I'm gonna have to QMK toolbox this? A little bit annoying, but sure. Okay, it looks like we might have to flash the VIA firmware to this. How do I get this in flash mode? Oh, let's see. Okay, it's not. I need to put this into. Oh, there it is. ISO, where is it? ISO BIOS flash, ISO shift. How do I get this in preparation of flash? On VIA. Don't fail me now. Actually, let me see if I could just do it on the VIA website, maybe. Instead of going through flashing and all that. Maybe I just need to update my VIA. No compatible devices found. Huh. Okay, so I do need to flash this. Okay. Mercury65 is not an easy one, I guess. I'm surprised this didn't come pre-flashed. Let's try GMK configurator for now and see if I could get that working instead of dealing with press the button on the PCB next to the spacebar to soft reset the board to reflash. There we go. Okay. Press the button on the PCB next to spacebar. Is it on the front? No, there's no button on the front. I don't see a button. Is that a button? No. There's no button next to spacebar. But apparently there's supposed to be one. Am I blind? Anybody see anything next to spacebar? Like, I'm really confused here. No, this is all electrical components, resistors, and all that. This is the chip itself for the board, but what chip is this anyways? This is an Mega 32U4. Okay, make sure I have that selected. Okay, now let's see how to get this. I'm gonna be the first person to have this issue. Does someone have build instructions? At this point, I'm confused. I can't get it to detect in VIA. It's not coming up in QMK. QMK says I could flash it. Alright, let's just go to RocketKeyboards and see if they have customer support. Group bus. Mercury65. If I go to the Mercury65 page, read before what is included. Extras, additional info. Why can't I flash this PCB? What the hell? Let me go to their customer support, all customer support. Okay, takes me back to their homepage. That's lovely. Okay, that's a contact form. Is there frequently asked? What is your return policy? What is the best way to contact? Can you change my shipping address? Do they have a fucking Discord or something? Like, okay. I guess not. I'm not seeing how to get this into DFU mode at all, and I don't want to start poking different solder joints for the hell of it. There's a button here. What does that switch trace to? That switch. There it goes to C2. Traces aren't giving me anything here. That is a bummer. So I can't get this into DFU since it doesn't have the button it's supposed to have. And I don't know what segments of the PCB to connect the bridge in order to get it into DFU. Oh, incoming ad break in a minute, guys. Ad starting in about 15 seconds, guys. I'm trying to join the via Discord to see if someone can help me there. Unable to accept invite. Awesome. Okay, I guess we'll just do key tester and run it because I can't figure out how to get to DFU. Maybe when I'm done actually building the board, I can get it to DFU. All right, let's just do key tester for now, and then we'll go from there. But so long as I can build the thing, I can figure out how to flash it later. Alright, let's put on some key sounds. Let me bring up the monitor. A little bit smaller for you guys. And we'll bring up via. Put this here. Via. And then toolkit. My iFixit toolkit is not here for some reason, so we will use this. And we will turn this over. Okay. Oh, where's backspace? Oh, an interesting layout. Wait, I'm assuming this is backspace then? Okay, so you can do split backspace where that will end up being your... Okay. Otherwise, you'll have, I believe, this. Yeah, okay. Delete. Page up. Page down. Okay, then we have our arrow keys. Just text my girlfriend. Right, and we can continue on. Right when this key isn't pinging, so probably our FN or layer key. Oh, spacebar is also not doing anything. Not good. Nothing shorted, did it? No, I just can't get any connection on spacebar. Oh. That's something there. Nothing there. Still nothing for spacebar. Nope. If I can't flash this later, we're gonna have an issue with this configuration. Why is spacebar not working? Easier thing. No, I don't have anything that'll make this easier to bridge, but we'll keep going. Even though I can't get spacebar to work for some reason. No matter what I do. Why not? Oh. Oh, that's frustrating. Okay. For some reason, VIA was not the... What do you call it? The prior... Oh, it's probably because I hit the Windows key, actually. Okay, left control. That's our FN. Spacebar works. Left shift. Also left shift. Z. Wait, what did that hit then? Okay, I guess it's an alternate layout for left shift. If you want to do split left shift. I don't know why you do that, but it's an option. Okay. Okay. Firmware hiccup aside, we have a fully functioning keyboard. So, we can proceed. I'll figure out the firmware probably off stream. But so long as the keyboard can be built and can work, not too big of a deal. That off. And let's get back to this. Alright, so now that we've confirmed this functionality, what we're gonna do is pull out our JST. And we are going to start looping our stabs. We're gonna be using TX stabs. The only thing I have to check if this is 1.6 or 1.2 mil PCB. Which I'll do right now. Long day, guys. Got both sets. We're gonna be using 6.25 layout. Let's try 1.6. All right, 50-50. Let's see. Did I win? Actually, I could probably just tell by the wait, wrong end. There we go. Yeah, this is a 1.6 mil PCB. I'll double check by full insertion, but seeing the legs go all the way through, I'm pretty confident. Let's see what's the tension on that. Yeah, 1.6 mil. Cool. All right, now let's get to lubing. We're gonna be using a standard layout, so actually, do I want to do split right shift? Nah. Okay. I'm gonna do full left shift. Oh wait, sorry. Left shift. I had the PCB upside down. Okay. We're not gonna do split left shift. We're gonna do full left shift. We have enter. We have backspace. It looks a little screwy because this has the option for ISO, but it's all good. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Which holes are 6.25? These? It is. This is 7U then. Yeah. Cool. All right. Let's put the PCB temporarily back in its bag because I'm a klutz. And we'll get on with the rest of the build. Try to keep everything tidy as I go. All right. Now we get to the most riveting part of a keyboard build. Looping switches. Honestly, not as bad as my sarcasm makes it seem, just really tedious. For anyone who's uninitiated, I'll go through the steps, as I do every stream, just in case. You never know when someone's first stream of yours is going to be, or when someone's first time viewing, if you guys do this on YouTube. Also, if you're viewing on YouTube, thank you. Please do consider liking and subscribing. I hope that you enjoy the content. I know the Mercury is a relatively, like, I don't know what the right word is, like, older keyboard in general. I believe first build videos went up in 2021. I'm not exactly sure when the group I started, but I appreciate everyone who decided to watch. Okay. All right. So, got this. Need to grab my other lube. Old reliable XHT BDZ. Alright, this is the part where I not only go over switch lubing, but basically use this as my own public forum to talk out loud. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Not the best day for me, but, you know, take everything off the chin. I had to have a really interesting conversation with my mother, which honestly just reinforced a lot of the ideas I've always had about my family, my mother in my head, where, you know, I come from a, not the most, I mean, pretty overall stable home, but, yeah, I don't know what the right word is for this, but, you know, I'm just relatively different when compared to the rest of my family. But the one thing that's always been consistent, regardless of how different I might feel at times, is sort of the love that everybody has for me, especially my mother. It's always been, you know, it's a bit of tough love, but it's always been, what's the word? Unbridled. It's always been there. It's never been a question. And it's been nice to feel. But yeah, I had to have a tough conversation with my mom about the recreational use of certain things, and she didn't really understand it, but she welcomed me with open arms and made me comfortable speaking on it, and we're good. Ultimately, my father is not someone who respects privacy, which always made it really difficult for me to feel like I should talk, because I don't really want to talk to people that are just going to violate my privacy. You know, why am I going to let you in when you don't have any type of respect for me and what I care about and what I do personally? But my mother's the exact opposite. My mother came from I mean, I don't want to speak too much about my mother or her family, but let's just say her household situation didn't lend itself to a lot of free thinking, a lot of free talking, a lot of, you know, support to her specifically. And so she kind of grew to have a disdain towards vices, addictions, and she always wanted to basically just be about her kids and taking care and loving her kids. And it's something that has always reigned true, and that's why my mom, in a lot of ways, has always been my best friend. Like, when I can't really confide in anybody else, she's the person whose arms I'm crying into. And it's been nice to have that. And for a little while, I didn't really know how to have this conversation, because I know how my mother feels about usage of things. And if you're from New York, you know what I'm talking about in terms of things that have recently become legal. But that aside, it was just nice to basically have her comfort me and reinforce me and be like, listen, I'm gonna approach you like your dad. He was telling me this, that, and the third, and I basically told him, I don't believe you. I don't believe this picture you're painting, which, for the record, was false. My dad was kind of painting me as an addict. And yeah, it was just very heartfelt, a bit of crying, a bit of hugging. A nice overall time. I love my mother. She loves me. and I don't really ever have to have any doubts about that. Let me move that over. And that goes for a lot of the people in my life, which I'm glad for. I'm thankful for. My girlfriend, my best friend, my siblings. The people that I've kept the closest to me, at least recently, relatively recently, are the people that have shown the most love. And it's definitely felt, and it's definitely nice. And I hope that whoever may be listening to this, I hope you have that too. Or if not, that, you know that you deserve that. Because it is out there, whether or not it's from the family you're born into or the family you choose. But yeah, reassured my mother that I am not only not an addict, I'm just a kid with ADHD who has certain ways of calming down. And that was that, you know. She basically told me, listen, I understand. I appreciate you basically being honest with me. All she wanted was the truth, and I gave her it, and we're all good. No issues. It's nice. Basically said, you know, if you ever feel yourself really needing anything, like coming down to that kind of degree, you know, addiction and the usage of vices and all that, like, just know, like, you come from a loving home, and if you ever need that help, that she'll be there. I'm choking up as if I didn't have this conversation a few hours ago, and I'm good. But I'm just a very emotional person. Very empathetic. I've always been very, I guess feeling is the right word. I guess I get that from my mom, so we see where the apple falls, and it's not too far from the tree. It's really hard to know for sure, you know, who's in your corner at all times, but when you're able to finally get that reassurance, it fucking feels good. And again, for anyone who may not experience that, I genuinely don't mean this in a way to be boisterous or gloat or try to rub that in your face. I genuinely hope that you get that, because everyone in this world deserves that, and I think that the world would be a better place if everyone did have that, you know, a sense of care, a sense of compassion, a sense of other that isn't necessarily tied to any specific thing. Like, of course, my family happens to be my family, but I've got great friends, a great girlfriend. They're people that I chose to be in my life, and have done nothing but care about me and for me. I appreciate them greatly. I'm curious if anyone ends up watching this on the YouTube end, because I don't think I was really going to answer in Twitch chat. Today's not too active of a day, but how do you feel about the idea of, like, asking your personal friends about, like, you know, if you stream, you know, like, your viewership, your streaming, your content, like, you know, is that something that you approach your friends about? Because I don't necessarily ever hold it against them, right? People are busy. I'm not too strained about who comes in and who doesn't, but I don't know, there is something in the back of my head that's like, well, you guys are my closest friends. You always loved and supported me, and it's not like I don't feel that regardless, but it's just, I don't know, it'd be nice if they popped into a stream once in a while. Which, to be fair, for me to say once in a while, they have done it like once or twice, but streamed a lot. I mean, I haven't streamed a lot, but relative to me, I've streamed a lot in the last year, and just more of a rarity than anything. And even on social media posts, like, you know, I'm not really getting too much engagement, and I know that everything is a slow crawl. Not necessarily my issue is not having a small viewer base, because the few of you that are here, I very much appreciate. And again, I hope that you're around for a long time and a good time, and that you enjoy all the content I'm producing. But, you know, small or not, just, you know, having a friend or two pop in, put a like, put a comment. I don't know, it would feel nice, but at the same time, I don't really want to ask that of people, because I know that they got shit going on ultimately, and it's 9 p.m. Eastern on a Saturday night. Last thing I'm gonna do is hit up my closest friends like, hey guys, y'all want to watch me build a keyboard for 2 hours and stay active and interact and this, that, and the third? And it's just like, nah, it's fine. Also, I know now, I recognize now that I've been talking a bunch and not actually going over what's going on. Your stabilizer is going to be built of 3 components. You have the housing, the stem, or plunger, depending on who you're talking to. Is this little guy right here. And then lastly, the wire. What you want to do is, the plunger is basically going to go inside the housing. And it is, as a plunger would probably make sense, it goes up and down. It plunges into the housing. So you want to lube the inner walls of the housing. You can see a little bit of that residual white on the edge. That's the lube. You want to line all the inner walls with lube. And then you also want to put a skim coat of lube along the walls of the stem. Again, those are the plastic components that will be rubbing against each other. Those are the parts that we don't necessarily want to rattle. But the biggest component when it comes to stabilizer lubing is the wire. I don't know why that took me so long, but yeah, the wire is going to be causing the most amount of rattle. You can imagine a piece of metal just rattling around on a piece of plastic. You're going to get some resonance, especially considering it's a hollow piece of plastic. So we're going to lube that the most out of all the components that we're lubing today, but less is more when it comes to lubing, especially with super thick lube like what I'm using, XHTBDZ. This is not a lube that you want to use for switches. It'll make your switches probably feel gummy. Well, you could probably skim coat it on a switch and make it work, but you'd have to know like how to, like what you're doing. Like you'd have to be really careful with it, because XHTBDZ you can very quickly get too much and then things feel gummy and goopy and they kind of get stuck. And we don't like that. We want smooth and we want noise free. Smooth and rattle free. Okay, all the stems are done. Now we get to the wires. Yeah. So make my life a little bit, well, it's gonna be a little bit harder before it's easier, but I'm gonna grab a decent amount there. You can see a good glob there of lube as I rub it onto my finger, which is awesome. Gonna put it on the wire and then we're just gonna spread it. So you want to evenly coat the entirety of the wire. And you only do like this first like millimeter of an L bend past the end of the wire, because that's the only part that's really going to be connected to the stabilizer. The rest of it just sort of hangs across the PCB and it's just suspended there. We have one end. What we're going to do is we're going to take a switch housing. We're going to put one of our plungers in it. These only go in one way with my particular stabilizer, but just be careful that you put it in the correct way with yours. Not all switch stabilizers have that sort of feature of only going in one way. And then I can show you guys here. You see that hole at the top? There's an identical hole on the bottom of the plunger. And we're just going to insert into that bottom hole. Okay. Now I'm in the bottom hole, and what I'm going to do is, I should have done this prior to trying to insert this, but basically, I'm going to add a little bit of switch lube to the housing itself where the wire is going to go in. That way, there is a good amount of lube on the surface between the the stabilizer and the housing itself, the wire and the housing itself. So right there in the little L bend. So again, bottom hole of the plunger. And then this will just click into place. And that, it'll focus. Hello? There we go. And that is a clipped-in stabilizer. A little messy, especially when you're using XHT. Other lubes will be a little bit more forgiving, but yeah. And so we keep that process going. So again, gonna grab a small little dollop on the end of the wire and then just spread that everywhere. Oh, and this is a better illustration of what I was saying about what actually connects to the stabilizer. You see how I have a little bit of lube past. I probably shouldn't have put so much, but because this is the only real connection point. But yeah, just keep that in mind when you're switch lubing. I'm gonna make this L bend a little bit shorter now. Now that I've realized the radius I'm actually working with here, just to not waste more product. Okay, nice thick coating. Same thing. Let's get a plunger and a switch. I mean, I keep saying switch. Let's get a plunger inside of a housing, and let's keep this going. Okay. Now I'm gonna put this there. This is gonna. Ooh, plunger fell out. Okay. It's gonna be on the left side, so we're gonna add a little bit of lube right there. By the way, that whole like when it comes to lubing, a lot of it is subjective. You know, you're gonna see what you like, what you don't like. It's gonna be a lot of feel, and don't be scared to like play with it and experiment a little bit. See what works to your ear, to your hands. Because I've just been doing this a while, so I do this way, and then if we have any more rattling, I use this needle to inject more lube. This is Crytox 205 grade 0, by the way. Inject more lube into the housing after the fact as a sort of protection measure, but usually we're pretty fine with this method. And actually, while I'm at it, I'm actually going to put all the plungers into the housings. Ah! I almost said switches again, for the record. I have to actively think to not say switches. Hey, Leon. How you doing? Thank you for popping in. Hope you're having a good day. Oh, I'm glad you're good. I am doing excellent so far. Just trying to not jumble my words as I call switch housing switch. I mean, I just did it. As I call stab housing switches. But yeah, otherwise having a good time progressing on the Mercury65 build. We're just at the stab point, so nothing's really happened yet. And then if you let me pull out the chassis for you. This is what we're working towards. Mercury65 in white, all alu chassis. And if you're curious as to all the specs, I have a command exclamation point build. Thank you. Thank you. This is actually a commission build, but I'll still appreciate the RocketKeyboards knows what they're doing. And I would tend to agree, absolutely, especially the bottom chassis with the solar systems. But yeah, you a fan of mechanical keyboards, or you just scrolling around and happen to pop in? Actually, it's possible that the answer is both, but you know, curiosity. I just picked up a Nemo 65. Let me look that up. I'm not familiar. I'm personally currently running a Kit Atom. I also have a Portal 65 and I have a Godspeed 75. But let me see. Oh, actually, that's an I. Nimue 65. Nimue keyboard kit. 65%. Oh, I love the moon. Okay, the logo's so cute. This is a nice little kit, and it looks inexpensive. 84 Australian I'm seeing from Daily Clock. 65% with a cute sleepy blocker. That is so cute. I like that. What color did you end up getting? I don't want to get one myself. Black with the alu plate. That's dope. My Portal 65's in black. And I do love high contrast. I think I run GMK Hennessy on my Portal 65. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I like contrasting. That's why like, you know, white chassis, gray keycaps. I also have GMK Dark and a few others, but that's really cool, man. If that's your first kit, welcome to the club of building custom keyboards. I got it for 50% off. That's a steal. How'd you do that? How'd you manage that? Is this, what is this? Gasket mounted? Top mount? A leaf spring plate design. Okay. Top mount leaf spring. Okay. That's cool. Anodized or E-coated. QMK and VIA support. A 7-degree typing angle. My Keyboard EU had a closeout sale. Oh, shit. Wish I got caught up in that. Are you from the EU or you just happened to order there? Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I could understand that. I tend to order things from like Oblotsky and Daily Clock and a bunch of other countries too, because the prices are insane. Insanely good, I mean. Shipping can sometimes be such a wreck though, especially with like DHL. DHL is the best like purveyor I've ever seen, like in terms of actually getting a product to my doorstep. But their prices are crazy. It's gonna be my second board. Idalia Sonnet. That's Mode Designs, right? The Mode Sonnet, if I'm not mistaken. Cool. Yeah, I love Mode Designs. I actually, my first build was a Mode 80 that ended up, my brother ended up actually wanting it, ended up stealing it from me, but yeah, I had a white Mode 80, with the gray bottom. Bro, that thing was 10 pounds. Is the Sonnet heavy? I know it's like a 65%, but the 80% was like 10 pounds. Oh, also, just to let you know, there will be an ad break in a minute 30. Just be wary of that. I have a brass weight and it's mad heavy. Yeah, I could imagine. I think my Mode 80 was all alu, but because of that giant like bottom base, that's just a giant slab of like half-inch thick alu. The thing was a weapon. I play competitive shooters, so I like to like tilt my keyboard. I would just leave the 80 like straight, because tilting it all day kind of just gets tiring after a while. That's the thing about Mode, that heft that they put into their keyboards, it just feels super robust and like premium, I guess. And Mode's prices aren't even that bad too when you compare it to like other purveyors. I really love everything of what they're doing. I'm still signed up to their emails. I actually probably should get one of their boards soon. I've been thinking about getting another board, but I've been trying to see what kits are around that are like available, because I don't really want to wait around for a group buy right now. And I have my kit Adam here, which was a gift from my girlfriend because she knows how much I love Legos. What's your I always ask, I try to ask people whenever they pop in and they're new, do you have a Switch preference in terms of tactile, clicky, linear? I'm a big tactile guy. This is on Neapolitan switches. Today's build is gonna be Holy Panda switches, Holy Yak Panda. Big tactile guy. I like tactiles too. What do you run typically anyways? I know that obviously everyone has different tastes, different boards. I think my Portal is actually Invir Holy Pandas, and then my Godspeed 75 is Gazoo Boba U4Ts. I basically only use tactiles. I keep linears for like client builds and stuff, but the client has been wanting tactiles lately too, so I've been building him tactile keyboard after tactile keyboard. Actually, this might be a random question. Do you by chance have experience with Novel Keys Blueberries? Because I have like 60 of them. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know if I like them. Because trying to use them, the what do you call it? No, yeah, I didn't think so. I don't think anybody uses blueberries. The D-shaped indent on the legs for the when you look at the graph, it's like a D shape instead of like the P shape of like regular tactiles, and it's just like, I don't know, man. It feels like muddy. It's weird. But Yeah, I don't know. I still have a lot of Switch exploration to do. I've bought a lot of Switches over the years, and so far my favorite, like, sounding, probably gonna be, like, a JWK linear with Switch films. My favorite like, feeling, like, tactility-wise and just, like, in the hand, probably, like, a Gazoo Boba. Yeah, like a Gazoo Boba U4T, something like that. It's just... But I still got... There's just so many Switches every day. Like, there's now... what's that company? Texie? Haven't touched any Texie Switches. Need to take a look at Gateron's new stuff. I picked up Zaku's for my new Keeb to switch things up. Are those expensive? Is that... What's Zaku? Is that sounds like a Zeal Switch, but I could be wrong. Let me look it up. Zaku Switch. Let's see. Who makes these? Bolsa Supply. Interesting. From Bolsa Keyboard Supply, Bolsa... Oh, it's a Gundam reference. Oh, they're Texie. Okay, the manufacturer's Texie. Yeah, they were kind of pricey. I could imagine. Yeah, $5.50, so 55 cents a Switch. Yeah. Ooh, but it sounds nice. Nylon, PC, and Palm. Absolutely love Palm stem switches. I might try a set of Zaku's, actually. They look really nice. You just picked them up, so did you by chance lube them or anything yet, or you haven't touched them yet? Nah? Okay. Well, if you by chance end up popping into another stream or anything when you end up touching them, let me know how they go, because I'm always curious to try new switches. The Neapolitan switches were a bit of a gamble for me because of the spring design. They have like a double stacked spring. It's really interesting. But I ended up really liking them, so I'm trying to be a little bit more adventurous because I've got a lot of novel keys. I've got a lot of Gazoo, and then JWK linears. I got alpacas, banana splits, a few others. But I'm trying to venture out, and the Zaku looks like a good switch to try from Texie. Actually, who makes the Neapolitan switch? I forgot. Let me see real quick. That might actually be a Texie switch. Neapolitan switch. Neapolitan ice cream tactile switch. It's supposed to mimic the feel of a Zyko. Oh yeah, it is Texie. Okay. So I've tried one Texie switch, which makes me kind of want to try more of them. Yeah, I might hit up that Zaku if I can find it in stock, because everywhere I'm seeing has it out of stock. So we'll see. If you have the money though, are you in any group buys? Not currently, no. Because I don't tend to really have money for a lot of these keyboards. I tend to sort of live vicariously through my client, who I just happen to be related to. He's my brother. He buys a ton of keyboards and then he commissions me to build them. He's on the group buy for the Loki65, the polycarbonate keyboard. And then this, he was on the group buy for the Mercury, and then there's, I don't know what other group buys he's in right now. I think there's like one or two more that are coming in the summer. I can't remember off the top of my head, but the Loki65 is one that I'm really excited for. The CNC polycarbonate board. That thing is cool. How about you? Are you in any group buys right now? I'm only in one currently for some keycaps. Yeah, keycaps right now are just about the only thing I can afford to group buy, but even then, GMK Cocoa Goat. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Let me see. If that is anything in the brown or tan shade, I'm gonna like that, because I've been trying to find an alternative for... Okay, it's not even close. It's actually blue. Well, that's really cute, though. It's like a pastel, and then I can't tell what those sub-legends are. Let me see... Character is this inspired by the character Ganyu? Yeah, I heard Cocoa Goat and I just went with Cocoa because I'm trying to find an alternative to GMK Cafe, because I really want Cafe really badly. I love tans and browns, but I can't justify spending $400 on a Switch set just because it's an old GMK set. But I do like the colorway on this. I like the novelties a lot, actually. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I can't tell what the designs are supposed to be, but I do I do like them. And then the fucking mouse pad with the goats. This is really cute. The set inspired by the character Ganyu. Ganyu is... Oh, Genshin Impact. Okay. There we go. $400 is crazy on keycaps. Yeah. Yeah. $400 is crazy on keycaps, and that's why I haven't bought them. The most I've paid for like a set of keycaps is $240 for I bought a new set of GMK Dark when it first came out. Because those sold out. Literally, I was like on the page refreshed for release, gone in seconds. Because they were doing an in-stock sale. But I ended up shelling over $240, and honestly, I'm not mad at it. GMK Dark is definitely one of my favorite sets. GMK Dark, GMK Cafe. This is Moto 2, Tennessee. I actually have a CRP Hammerworks keycap set I've been waiting to use because I can't. It's really hard to like find a color combination that I like for CRP Hammerworks because it's like that off-white beige, and then the kit that I have specifically is the Arabic kit with the blue Arabic sub-legends. I just don't know what color keyboard I really want to put that on. Like, there hasn't been anything that really comes out to me and I'm just like, yes, I want to put these beige and blue keycaps on this thing. Did you say you into artisans too? I'm into them. I don't have any, to be honest, because their price, unless you're buying something that's like mass produced, like some of the drop models or something, like a lot of them are really expensive, like $60-$70 a keycap. I do want, ironically, as I'm talking about drop, I do want the drop Marvel series because I'm a big Marvel fan. I know they have the Avengers one with the with Cap Shield, Thor's hammer, and a few others. I want to get those. I want to get my girlfriend a Kirby artisan because I don't know, I don't know, she's not really into Kirby, but she's into Kirby. I think it would be cute. I wanna. Oh, actually, this has nothing related to artisans, so I apologize. And if you have any artisans, feel free to share because I'd love to learn more about artisans and get more into that. But GMK Mizu, that's another keycap set just like Cafe that I can't afford to really buy, but I really want. Like, my girlfriend's a huge Avatar Last Airbender fan. It is impossible to get a set of GMK Mizu for like less than what, $350, something like that. It's been a while since I've been on Mech Market, but it's fucking annoying. Really wish there would be an R2, but I don't think the designer's even designing keycaps anymore. Yeah. I really wish they made more, or like an R2 or something, man. It's so hard to get. And like, sure, you can get like a PBT like faux set, but we all know that the texture and the quality isn't going to be as good, which is unfortunate. But to be honest, it might be my only option eventually because the prices for GMK Mizu's insane. By the way, I'm sorry, you mentioned that when I was looking up the Coco Goat stuff that it's a Genshin character. Are you into Genshin, or that just happens to be a coincidence and you just like the keycaps? I've never touched Genshin in my life for a second, just for context. Just kind of curious. Yeah. I used to, but I like the set. Yeah, that's fair. Alright. All the stabs are done. Yeah, I never got into the, because Genshin is, from what I recall, Genshin's a Nintendo property, right? Or am I crazy? Oh no, it's on PC. The hell? I thought Genshin was one of the, it's not even on Switch. I'm thinking of Fire Emblem. Yeah, I'm thinking of Fire Emblem, my bad. Genshin? Huh. Oh, this is where that little girl with the orange hat is from. I've seen pictures of her on Twitter. It also was limited drop too, so if I don't like it, I can always flip it. Yeah, that's always the good thing about the keyboard scene, is that all this stuff is either bespoke or limited or in some way hard to get. So if somebody wants it, you can charge whatever you want. Somebody will eventually pay as the story continues. All right. Now let's get to testing, which is going to be a little bit annoying because it's a solder board, but whatever. All right, just like this. Do backspace. Hello? Go on. There we go. One side. The other. And one. Okay. The ISO is messing with my eyes here, so I'm trying to see how I do enter. It should be this, which would imply that this goes here. There we go. Honestly, though, for the colorway, I mean, personally, I would probably hold on to that set. That on like the Cocoa Goat set on, like, I could see that like on a polycarbonate board looking really nice. Yeah, man, polycarbonate polycarbonate just fucks. When it comes to keyboards, man, you can't go wrong with polycarb. I'm a big fan of like polycarb. Well, I'm a big fan of polycarb with anything, but polycarb with like greens and blues. Honestly, greens and blues. You put Botanical on polycarb, it hits. You're gonna put Cocoa Gold, you put Mizu on polycarb, it's gonna look good. Got a message on Steam. There right now. Let me hop off that. All right, cool. All right, now let's get some of these switches. Again, for anyone just tuning in, we're gonna be using Yak Holy Trash Pandas. So take a Halo stem, put it in the Trash Panda housing, and you've got yourself a Yak Holy Trash Panda. Gonna flip this over, make sure that I'm getting everything through. Okay. I'm hoping that once the Loki group buy comes in and I inevitably end up building the Loki for the client, that I can get my own on Mech Market or something for not too much money, because to have a CNC polycarbonate is insane. Here's one. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a stream, but Matrix Corsa. I do like Matrix. If it's from Matrix Labs, then I'm familiar and I like their builds. I haven't looked at the Corsa specifically. No, it's not from Matrix. Wait, who is this? The 6XV 3.0 Corsa by Matrix. Okay, so this is a different. This isn't Matrix Labs. Oh, I like the badge in the. Is that an LED? Is that an OLED screen in the corner? Holy shit, it is. Oh, that's super cool. An inbuilt LCD screen for the top right corner blocker and a wide array of color options. I have never seen this. Wait, the plate though. Wait, the switch plate with all the relief cuts? Oh, that's so cool. It is super clean, and I bet it feels amazing. That plate must be springy as hell. I love a good feedback in a board. This one's gonna feel pretty rigid, which it'll be fine. You know, it's an aluminum keyboard. You get a little bit of flex, but yeah, there's nothing like a nice, you know, flex plate, a nice flexible board, especially with like a polycarbonate or something with flex cuts. All right, all the switches are through their holes. 6.25 U. I'm looking at the colors right now, and yeah, the board itself is clean, and then all the colors are especially clean. The guy here, silver, black, PVD, ano. Okay, so there's the ano silver. Ooh, British green. I'm a big car guy, so to see British green, which British racing green is just like a common like car paint color, like has a history and stuff like that. It's a beautiful paint code. That's beautiful to see in a keyboard. All right, let us solder in these switches so that I can test these stabs. Where's my soldering iron? For anyone else that may be watching who is not too familiar, if you've looked at any of my past builds, you'll notice that most of them are hot swap. The client kind of likes to switch around his switches once in a while. He likes that option, but for this keyboard, no freedom, just solder. And if you want to do anything else, you just got to order another PCB or rebuild this, but to rebuild this is kind of a pain in the ass after it's all soldered up. Let's get this done. My soldering iron. Okay, let me get a USB-C cable. And this. Sorry guys, just gotta set up the soldering iron to make sure that it gets up to temp and everything works. A little bit of a process. Type-C cable on now. Alright, that's gonna heat up in here. Put that in there. Burned. I guess actually while that heats up, I'll put the triangular like hold down plates for the stabilizers so that they stay in place. Granted, this is a 1.6 PCB. It's unlikely that these would really pop out in the first place, but it's nice to have that extra security. So the difference there between this one, you have the open hole, and then it's filled now with a little toast piece. Another feature of just TX stabs, if anyone hasn't used TX stabs before, if you're familiar with like screw-in stabs, uses the alternative. Little pieces of toast. Also, Leon, I appreciate you hopping into the stream, interacting and all that. It's very much appreciated. Yeah, you really got me thinking on what my next build is going to be now. That matrix has got my mind working. Never soldered before, so this is interesting. Oh, okay, well. Hopefully this is a decent learning experience. I haven't soldered in a while, because to be honest, as soon as the client realized that like hot swap PCBs were a thing, he kind of ran with it. This is his first solder build in like, I'd say a year and a half. And I think that's not by choice. I just don't think they had a hot swap option for this board. Gonna make sure everything's still in place. To be honest though, I typically go hot swap myself, especially with like if you have a good quality PCB with like Kale sockets. Solder is kind of where it's at. It might be easier to see everything. Oh, well, you can also partially see my screen, so me. Okay. Now that should be nice and hot. Stay in the tray. You got a really nice stream setup? Oh, thank you. I try my best. It's been a long time of accumulating, to be honest, because... Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I try my very best. These are two, like, old cameras that I'm kind of like, one of them is borrowed, the other one is, like, my old photography camera that I bought, like, a cheap capture card on Amazon, and I was really hoping it worked, and I'm really glad it does. And I really appreciate you saying that, because I don't really get a chance to ask too many people about how they feel. You know, it's like, I get, like, a few viewers pop in once in a while on the stream, but most of my, my content interaction is on YouTube. So there's not too many people really stopping to be like, oh, this picture looks good. It's just like, you know, there's a lot of people on YouTube with like high quality cameras building keyboards. People are just kind of enjoying the keyboard builds and not really mentioning anything about it. So yeah, I appreciate that. I've got a what's this? This is what you're looking through now is a Nikon D7100. The overhead cam that I set up is a Sony A7 II. And then this webcam is just some cheap $20 webcam off Amazon. But when you have good lighting, it doesn't really matter how cheap a webcam is. I don't think that turned. Did this not turn on? Let's see. Let's see here. See if this gets hot enough to melt this, because if not, I have some issue somewhere. Oh. Okay, this is not hot. Oh, really hoping my soldering iron didn't break. Damn. Might have a broken soldering iron here. No. One second. Really? This is what's gonna end my night here? No. Okay, this was working before, so let's see. There's no heat in the tip at all. Yeah, yikes indeed. That would really suck if now this decides to break on me. I had the soldering iron for like not even a year. And I can't just like touch it to test because obviously it's gonna be hot as shit if it does turn on. Okay. Alright. Let me see if I can potentially figure this out very quickly. By 1 second. TSADP control. I'm gonna try to basically the LCD on my soldering iron broke because a friend of mine dropped it. So I'm gonna see if I can get this to work by the manual. Are we melting yet? No. Still plugged in. Yeah, unplug it. And then let's see. If I were to press heating operation, if the temperature is heated to the preset to return the standby mode. Stay working temperature. How do I increase? Okay. Okay. Let's raise the temperature. Okay. I up the temperature. Let's see if that does anything, or if this is just straight dead. Because if it's straight dead, that's really gonna suck, because I don't have another one on me. I don't feel any heat radiating, but... Let's see. Try to get old solder off. I might have to take a quick trip to my friend's house and get his soldering iron. That's annoying. Yeah, I'm not getting it. Tip. Ice cold. Okay, well, one thing I'll say to anybody, don't touch a soldering iron like I'm doing. I just happen to know that this one's cold. And then now I have to see if my friend has his available. Sorry, everyone. I was gonna be an ad break in a minute and a half, but let me try to figure out the situation with the soldering iron. Okay, guys, this is gonna be really stupid and really annoying. I'm gonna be back in about 15 minutes. I'm gonna race over to my friend's house and grab a soldering iron. Right back. Yeah, I apologize for this. It is incredibly unprofessional. I just didn't expect my soldering iron to die suddenly because it's never had an issue before. You're back. Where are my glasses? Alright, I don't know if any of you are still around, but if you are, we got a soldering iron. Let's plug this bitch in. That was stressful. Alright, moment of truth. Okay. Oh. Why is it at 700 degrees? Oh, that's Fahrenheit. Actually, that kind of makes sense. Give me a second. I'm going to look up Celsius to conversion because I need about, I think it's like 350 Celsius. Okay, we're at about 370 degrees Celsius. That's good soldering temperature. Oh, let me get my fan. For anyone new to soldering, Leon, if you're still here, because you said you were new yourself, you want to use, oh, my glasses are a little long. There we go. You want to use a carbon filter on a fan. This is literally just a PC fan that I strapped a carbon filter to, and then I have a USB fan adapter. Nothing complicated, but it'll save your lungs. They do make like proprietary ones of this that is basically just this exact thing, a fan with a carbon filter. If you want to get something made by like Hako or something. But you know, no pressure. Okay. Text my girlfriend back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we can get to soldering. So let's get my solder over here. And right now I'm just going to be soldering in the switches for the stabilizers. Nothing more, nothing less. Since I don't really need to do anything more, let's get you guys an overhead since that might look better for you. All right. Okay. All right, that's our first solder joint done. Nice little pyramid. Nothing too fancy. All right. Shout out to my best friend for her soldering iron. By the way, this thing is super cool. I'm going to order one of these since mine's dead now. And I will surely need one in the future. The stream is now dedicated to Noel. Savior of the stream. Hope you guys can see that pretty well. These little triangles are basically all we're doing to get these solder joints up. Already been an hour and 40 minutes. I don't know how long I was gone, but for any amount of time for being gone, I'm sorry. I just had to. I had no other way. Hey! Leon! You're still here. Thank you for sticking around. I'm sorry for that pause. Ooh, I almost melted my fucking mouse pad. Yeah, sorry for that. Just is what it is. What's up, Puppy? Yeah. Those are from, sorry, one second, guys. Gotta mute. Gotta talk to my brother. But yeah, Leon, since you said you were new, I don't know how in depth you want me to go into, but I could talk a little bit more about this where basically, like, I don't know if you've looked into soldering at all, but The basic premise is just making a small little pool to the point where it looks like a nice pyramid shape. You don't want to make a giant ball or anything. These are just tiny little triangles. I typically solder around 370 degrees Celsius, which is roughly 700 degrees Fahrenheit. And then I don't have the model of this solder because the label ripped off, but if you need, I can also bring that up. Yeah, the rest of it is kind of simple. Let me see if I can get a closer shot for any of this. Okay, I can actually. All right, so when we do spacebar, where is it? Right here. Already done part of it. Let me get some more light down here. Okay, there we go. All right, so put the hot tip up to the tip of the switch. Solder onto the tip. It's going to pull into the tip, and then it's slowly going to transfer onto the metal ring around the switch. All right, so we have a ball there, and you see how it's sunk into that hole there. Now we just keep filling a little bit until we get a consistency that we like. Again, you're just trying to build a small pool to a triangle tip and make sure all sides are covered. And then that is a solder joint. And that's literally that. Oh, you have to do that for Milmaxes? I've never used Milmax sockets. That's cool. Okay. So then yeah, if you've messed with Milmaxes, then you get it then. Let me try and get a better angle for this light. There we go. Oh, you said is it? I'm sorry, I read it as it is. I have never touched Milmax sockets, so I actually don't know. I'm sorry. Now that I think about it, that's kind of the only real thing I haven't done yet. Like, I haven't... Actually, there's two things I haven't done in the world of keyboards. I haven't messed with Alp switches, and I haven't done Milmax sockets. Alright, guys, so those are our solder joints done. If anybody wants to inspect those, tell me what you think I could improve on for anyone who may be either in here or in the YouTube video later. In terms of what you think I can improve on, if you think I'm not doing a great job, or if you think I'm doing a good job, let me know. Because as far as I know, those are good solder joints, a nice pillar. I didn't make a giant ball. But listen, I'm open to criticism. So let's turn this around, put on some keycaps, and let's do some testing. All right, I'm going to, okay, no. I'm gonna put the soldering iron to the side. I'm going to unplug it for now, so that doesn't continue to stay super hot. And take a look at our keycaps. GMK JIS, aka Japanese Industrial Standards, for the unfamiliar. Nothing special to the box, just says GI. Oh, my bad. My fan fell down and hit that. GMK JIS, brand new. This is not a keycap set that I own. This is all client stuff. So he just sent this over to me with the keyboard. Okay, this one has a different style of opening than other. This must be a different tray style because it doesn't have the. Yeah, super clean. I love the black on white. I'm curious how this is, if the GMK get a new tray style? Because I've never seen them like this, where it has this little pull-out thing. No, it's still the potato starch. Okay. It's just in a different format, I guess? Because they're flatter now. They're not as tall as the old potato starch trays. Alright, let's put it right side up. Dun dun. Clean. Super clean with the katakana sub-legends. I love it. Damn, I didn't even know this was a thing. I might buy myself a set of these. Okay, those. Let's do left shift. And then finally backspace. All right. Then I need a 2U backspace. Where are you, backspace? I actually don't see a 2U backspace. Huh. Oh, there it is. Found it. Are you doing them in size order? Thanks, babe. No, it's just because okay, so this set traditionally, this is called Japanese Industrial Standards, so it's ISO layout. So this is your enter, this is your backspace. So I had to look in the sub tray for the regular backspace, the 2-unit backspace, because I couldn't find it. That's just what I was dealing with there. And if you're talking about these, they're all 2U, I think. Yeah, they're all 2U. All right, guys. Let's get the music down. Let's get the mic bumped up a little bit. No, you always do the biggest keys first. I guess that's a fair point. I usually that's only for because those are the stabilized switches. So like the spacebar then the enter key. Oh. Yeah, I don't know why I do that. I just thought about that. Yeah, I usually do spacebar first. All right. Take off my headphones. Music's off. We're gonna put the mic towards the keyboard. Well, towards me, I guess. I'll put it towards. You do know why. You're not wrong. You're very much not wrong. All right. Pardon me 1 second, guys. We're gonna turn off my noise gate for my mic. And now let's listen to this keyboard. Make sure everything is all pressed down. Everything is properly in place. All right, let's listen to these stabs. Spacebar. I'm gonna add a little bit more on the left side. Add a little bit more to the right side on shift. On no, there's only one shift. Enter sounds good to me. And backspace sounds good to me. So a little bit on the left side for spacebar. Let me try to back this light up since my ISO isn't really adjusting. Ooh, sorry guys, ad break. All right. So we're gonna take all these keycaps off. I'm just gonna put them aside since I'm gonna need them very soon anyways. We're at the tail end of the keyboard build where now we just add our switches, solder them up, and wrap everything up. For anyone who might be, yeah, put back on all my settings. Okay, while we're doing an ad break, let me get situated. Move this over for now. I'm done with my brushes. I'll put my brushes away. This. All right. Anything else that I need to tidy up very quickly? No. Move this aside. All right, ad break is over. Thank you for anyone who stuck around through that. So to wrap up this switch lubing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from this top edge here. You see that hole in the back? You see how you see the wire stemming through? I'm going to inject some lube into these. So we have this one, left side of spacebar. Oh, went through deep. Okay. Ooh. Make that a little bit, swipe that off. Such a constricted streamer. I try my best. Thanks, man. And then what did I say? Did I say right side of this? Yeah, I did. Right side of shift. Okay. All right. Now, that should be all we need for lubing. I'm going to double check now with spacebar. For anyone who's never used a Holy Panda switch, there is a slight, like, tick that you're hearing from the switch itself. That's the leaf inside the switch. Let me pump the music off, and then all right, spacebar sounds good to me. Okay, and then we'll check the shift. All right, stabilizers are done. Now comes the tedious part. Wait, do these switches... Wait 1 second, guys. Sorry. Just gotta make sure that I'm placing these switches all the way down. They have a little pedestal. Okay. Yeah, these switches are pressed all the way in. It's interesting. There's like a small... There's 2 small feet on the bottom of each of these switches. They're like right here. They elevate the switch slightly to like match the angle in the back. So it was kind of confusing me. Yeah, I see it. Okay. All right. Cool. Now, whenever you're pressing in switches, whether it be hot swap or soldered, one thing you want to make sure of is that the legs on your switch, if I can just get this to focus here, please. The legs on your switch, you want to make sure they're straight. You could just bend them back and forth. They're copper. They're nothing crazy. Keep it going. Ah, okay. Whoop. Popped out the plate, which thus popped out another switch. The tolerances on this plate are excellent, by the way. Mouse focus there. Better. Actually, I'm getting in your guys' way. I should just keep it overhead. Sorry about that. Just trying to always figure out, depending on what activity it is, what's going to be the best angle, but since I'm pressing straight down, you guys should be seeing straight down. Yeah, the tolerances between these switches and this frickin' plate are tight. E2. Looks like my cat is licking the potato starch case on the switches. Can y'all see him? Kitty. Okay, I can't get my frickin' webcam far enough. Y'all get the idea. I did not realize he would grow a scent for the potato. You want to mess around? You'll be part of the stream. He definitely wants attention. Hello, friends. This is my Himalayan cat. Okay, let's flip him down. Look at him. He just wants some attention. Thank you. He's annoying, but he loves attention. All right, buddy. He misses you too, babe. All right, buddy. Go. Let's keep it going. But yeah, I don't know. I think I said thank you, but if not, thank you, Leon. It's my 2-year-old Himalayan cat. Need to make sure he doesn't start nibbling on the keyboard case, or the keycap case, since the potato starch seems to be attractive to him. Yeah, he keeps sniffing it. GMK, what are y'all doing, man? Damn. All right, that's the top row done. Ooh, one thing I need to text the client about is if he wants. Sorry, guys. I was just texting the client to see if he wanted step caps or regular caps lock. Me too. Back up. Okay, finally my cat left. He kept biting the Hey Joey. The alert scared the shit out of me. Also, for anyone that is tuning into the stream for their first time, please do consider following, and if you have the money, to subscribe. Not much. I was just texting. I wanted to see if you wanted step caps or regular caps. We're pretty much done with the build. We just got to put the switches and the keycaps on. I already tested the whole board. Stabilizers are good. Everything else is good to go. It's just a matter of do you want step caps or regular caps? You have both options. Regular it is. All right. All right. So for regular placement, the keycap will go here. Hey, did you get any updates on when the Loki's coming in, by chance? Because I am very interested to end up building that Loki 65, to be honest. So, whenever that comes in, I would love to know. Oh, Joey, thank you so much. Okay. I appreciate it. Okay. Well, whenever you get a chance to check, let me know. And again, thanks for the gifted subs. I appreciate that. You don't have to, but it's always appreciated. Don't know why I went to a British accent there, but hopefully someone found that entertaining. Oh. Sorry guys, one second. My insulin is beeping at me. Let me see. I'm a diabetic, so I have an Omnipod. Oh, it's because I have to change my pod. I'm almost out of insulin. Okay. Change that soon. Okay. I hope you like these switches. I built these a while ago. I intended on using them, but I had no boards I'm putting them in. Since they're basically going to be permanently glued to this board, better like them. You told me you wanted tactiles, right? You wanted to use only tactiles? Okay, all the legs are through. I've been making sure that nothing gets bent, but you never know on the press down. Okay, cool. Well, this is a Yak Holy Trash Panda, and for anyone who was curious, exclamation point build in chat. These are a Frenken switch made up of the Halo True inside of a Yak Trash Panda housing. Meant to basically be a derivative of your classic Invir Holy Panda. But again, like I said, derivative, so it's not going to be exactly one-to-one. They're a good alternative for anyone who doesn't want to spend the cash on Invirs, I'll tell you that much. Okay. Need to get my switch puller. A hair of my arm got caught under the switch. Pull that out. Okay, no, that's out of there. Oh, there's lube here. Take that off. Okay, let me look up the Mercury65 standard layout because I gotta see how they want you to place the bottom row, at least traditionally, because I know that solder has a lot of different options, but I need to see how it works with a 6.25U layout. Okay, so 1.5, 1.5. Ah, there it is. Okay. So 1.5, 1.5, and then a 1.5 on the other side. Okay, no problem. Luckily, the back of the PCB is marked, so for anyone who ends up having the same confusion, I'll show you here. Oh, crap, can you guys not read that? Damn, let me see if I can zoom. Some lighting over here. 1.25, 1.25, 1.5. It tells you where to put the switches if you want a different sizing. Because you could do an even 1.25 across. I'm going to do 1.5, 1.5, but it's all personal preference at the end of the day. Just want to make sure I get it correct. So 1.5 is on the right side. Yes. Okay. It's in the 1.5U slot. Now for 1U is to the right. Oops. Flipping on the ESD bag. And then 1.5 again to the right. And then, is this populated naturally? Okay, hold on. Let me see something real quick. With a 6U spacebar. Oh. Wait a minute. With the 6U spacebar, I can't do 1.5 here. I have to do 1.25. Huh. Okay. That's very interesting. Didn't expect that to be a... Wait, really? There's no way, right? Huh. Yeah. It has to be 1.25 even. That's... Okay. Okay. So then these two are populated. Good thing I checked that before I soldered anything. That would have been a nightmare otherwise. Now, the only thing I don't know is which hole to put this through. There's no markings on the back either. I wanna shoot, baby, shoot. Oh. Alright, we'll try that. I'll pull out some keycaps and test in a second, but let me just finish populating the rest of the board. Hope everyone's been enjoying the stream so far. If you're on the YouTube side of things, please do consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. And over here on Twitch, shout out to Dent for the gracious 5 gifted subs, and for subscribing himself, and anyone who can potentially follow or subscribe who's currently watching. Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. Damn, these are... Oh. Damn. Alright. Surprised this plate doesn't have any reliefs or anything. It's just... I mean, I guess if it's a gasket mount board, you don't really need too many reliefs, but... I don't know. I'm a person who kind of likes relief cuts. I kind of like that springiness to a board. It kind of makes it feel more... I don't know what the word is. It just gives a lot of feedback, and I like it. All right. I just need to grab keycaps to test these out because I don't know what the spacing is on them. All right, so let's see. That fits there. And that fits there. Okay, there we go. All right, so we have our layout. Damn it. I'll switch up. All right, guys. Let's start soldering. Let's make sure that all the switches are pressed down. Just gonna go around the board, making sure that the switch is clipping in. I mean, sorry, the plate is pressing down up on against all the switch clips. That everything is secure. All right. Looks like we're good, guys. Let's get ready to solder. Last step of the night. I need to make some more of these. I'll get some more Yak Holy Trash Pandas in the future. That's my whole collection zapped right now. Alright. Let's clean up. Let me get these keycaps out of the way so I don't potentially melt them. Right. So, soldering iron. I got this fan here with a carbon filter. Sure, my freaking cat hair is out of it. So yeah, so if anyone didn't hear me earlier, if you're gonna solder, get a fan with a carbon filter. You don't want to breathe this stuff in. It's very toxic, very cancerous, not very great for you. Okay, and then last things last, solder. Alright, our soldering iron is going to get up to temp, which again is 700 degrees Fahrenheit, which is roughly 370 degrees Celsius. All right, let's start from the top and work our way down. Hope the rest of you guys in chat or on the YouTube side of things, when you get a chance to watch this, hope everyone's having a good day. Mine's been rather productive, so we're doing swell. Not the best, not the worst, but hey, there's always tomorrow, right? Can't wait for the Loki65. Me neither. I need to experience that firsthand because CNC polycarbonate is going to be so good. I've had such bad experiences with polycarbonate boards because the fucking screw holes, bro, they whether you use threaded inserts or not, like I just always have bad experiences with the screw holes in polycarbonate boards, especially when they're not threaded inserts. Obviously, you're going to end up stripping eventually because it's metal going into polycarbonate. But to have something that's going to be CNC'd and precisely like cut to the probably the thou, honestly, it's worth every penny. And I kind of wish I got in on that group buy when I could have, but we'll see. Maybe I'll go in on the secondhand market. Maybe I'll just steal yours. We'll see about that. But have you thought about what keycaps you're gonna put on it? Considering it's a polycarbonate board, I highly recommend you put GMK Botanical, but you know, ultimately it's your board. I have to press down that switch a little bit more if anyone was wondering why I'm doing this vertically right now. One of these switches was like slightly floating. Yeah, it's not seated all the way. All right, let me actually pull that solder. Where's my... I have both version 1 and 2. You can give me one of them. Actually, let me clean my iron. Reflow the solder. And then, there we go. So for anyone who's never used a solder sucker, that's what the name implies. Basically, it's a plunger that will suck out your solder. And once you're done, you deposit it out. That's what sucked solder looks like. And again, for anyone wondering, I'm doing this because I have to reseat this switch. It didn't press all the way down despite me trying earlier. Okay, now that that's fully depressed, all we gotta do is reapply our solder. And there we go. I was thinking about GMK Olive. GMK Olive would be good too. Honestly, anything that's like a muted sort of pastel-y green or the blues, they work well with the frosted polycarbonate. You have Metaverse too? Huh, I didn't know you had Metaverse. I don't remember seeing that. Honestly, polycarbonate just being I just bought it on eBay. Of course you did. Polycarbonate being as versatile as it is, you can kind of put anything on it to make it look good. Really, just especially if you can get some like nice coordinating artisans for whatever keycaps that you use. I think it will look nice. I need to get myself a new keyboard eventually. I've been trying to I've been doing a good job of working with the 60%, and honestly it's one of the best keyboards I've ever had, and I'm gracious my girlfriend got me it, but I really want a 65% bad. 60% is just a little bit awkward for my hands. It is, like I said, I've been doing fine. It's been working. It's just in the long term I would want to use a 65% as a daily. Maybe I'll end up getting a Loki. Maybe I'll have enough money eventually. We'll see. I've been working extra hours. Actually, I have a shift tomorrow morning, which contextually for anybody else who does not know my life, I work Monday through Friday, so me working the weekend is OT. OT, OT, go OT. My eczema's acting up. My neck is really fucking itchy right now. Lord. Ad break is gonna oh, the ad break is happening now. It didn't give me a, it usually gives me a precursor to be like, yeah, you're gonna get ads in like a minute or whatever. Nah, I just straight up ran an ad break. So for anyone who isn't subbed, I'm sorry, you're sitting through some ads, but thank you for sitting through some ads. They pay the bills, or help pay the bills, I should say. Twitch doesn't really pay me too much. But hey, if you keep watching, liking, commenting, subscribing on whatever platform you are, maybe this will become a job. Maybe this will pay the bills. We'll see where this takes us. We're all on this journey together, and I'm fortunate enough to have people that care enough to watch. Are there, what do you have any other group buys happening right now, Joey, besides the Loki 65? Also, Leon, if you're still here, I'm curious, I don't remember off the top of my head. Is how did you find my stream? Do you follow me already, or Twitter, or because I'm trying to improve my discoverability. So I don't exactly. I'd appreciate knowing if you get a chance to reply in chat, if you're still here. That is. Also, if you do already follow me, I do apologize for not remembering. It's been a while since I streamed, so it's quite possible you already follow me and just saw the stream come up. I might turn down the heat a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of splash. So go down to like 680. To be fair, for anyone who's new to soldering, the splash is mainly from the flux. That's used just to I don't know how to explain flux in a technical term because I wasn't taught how to solder traditionally, but it's basically meant to like interface the two surfaces to allow them to flow better between the solder and the pad. It would be the same thing if you were like desoldering, like in a hot air rework station. In order to get the solder to flow out, you would use some flux and then a hot air gun, and then the flux would help basically make the solder flow adequately. Any professionals out there, feel free to chime in the comments or in chat on, well, one, if I'm lying to people, because that's my understanding of flux. I could be dead wrong, but also the technical jargon behind it all, because I don't really remember how to describe exactly what flux does from a professional standpoint. Never looked into it and never got taught. Just kind of started soldering and realized that I needed flux. I think I put a little bit too much on that joint, but it's okay. It'll still work out. Remember, you're flowing till you have like a little nice pyramid. You don't want to go too crazy. Yeah, that one's a bit of a little ball, but it's fine. Ah! Bracelet got caught. Shout out to my girlfriend for this bracelet. think I might need to get you guys a little bit more lighting for this camera. I just realized, I mean, granted the whole stream has been going on like this, but it seems as though the lighting isn't really too adequate for a little much. Probably have it reflect like there. Yes. And there. The question is this now overblown? Surprisingly, no. Okay. I got a bit more light for you guys. After this, I'm gonna have dinner, and I'm so excited, guys. Listen, spicy chicken quesadilla and white rice, best thing on this planet. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Hey, Hitsu. You hungry? I'll feed you right after this, buddy. My cat came in hungry, sniffing around, doing his little chittering, or what do they call that? The like like cats do. Anyways, whatever that sound is called, he came in, does that, indicates to me he's hungry, and then runs away with the zoomies. That cat is something else. I am not excited to wake up at 6 a.m. for work tomorrow. Almost done. I believe this keyboard has 67 keys in total, something like that. Nothing too big, but, you know, not the smallest thing you could build either. I'm actually curious how people run like 40% keyboards. Like, it does not make sense to me how you can, like, I guess you gotta like layer everything, but to remember all those layers, because you can't get everything into one layer even with the 40%. Because what, 40% is just alphanumerics, right, in spacebar? It's really weird. anyone here has experiences with those, feel free to chime in, but I don't think anybody really does. I've never met anyone that runs a 40%. No offense to those who run 40%, it's just not a common thing for me. In my circles. Okay, spacebar's done, and now for the last few switches, we got the arrow keys, and then we got right alt and FN. Or right control, sorry, not right alt. Just realized. Give me 1 second, guys. I might have to move my car real quick. Sorry. We're good. All right, let's wrap this up. I need to get a mouse pad just for soldering, because I'm getting splash everywhere. It's hard to get this stuff off, if you even can, because it's usually like molten, you know? All right. That is all, what did I say, 67, roughly? That's roughly all 67 switches. Done. So, now what we're gonna do is, one, I'm gonna look up what key switch combination gets this thing into DFU mode so I can boot up VIA. And then secondly, we're gonna test out that each switch works. Oh, you know what? For some keyboards, if you just hold escape while plugging in, it might go into DFU. Let me pull up QMK configurator. I don't know what I just meant. Pull up QMK configurator. And then let's get our daughter board. Where is she? There it is. We're done soldering, so I'll unplug my fan. Move that aside. Okay. I said it once, I'll say it again. Be careful when plugging in JST connectors. The pins are rather delicate. Alright, I'm going to try just holding escape while plugging this in. Let me get the cable over here. Does escape work? Yes! Yes! Flash! Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't show you guys what I was doing. Yeah, this is QMK configurator. It already did it because it's super fast. But basically what you do is when you're plugging in your keyboard, you hold escape and then you just hit this flash button right here. It's grayed out for me because we're no longer in DFU mode. The keyboard is operating as normal, but yeah. So now what I gotta do is pull up via. Seriously, still? I just flashed it with the via X file. So let's check the via website, y'all. Let's do this together. Oh crap, I just realized my main monitor is over my webcam. Here. Via, try now. There we go. Why isn't it coming up though? It's paired. Okay. I guess it doesn't want to let me configure it for some reason. Whatever. We'll just key tester it in regular via, I guess. We tried, gang. We tried. My insulin phone is vibrating. I know, my pod expires. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I'm not sure what's wrong, but... Turn that down. Yeah, so this is FN. Cool. Glad we found out. Oh. There we go. Yay! Everything works. Alright. Now we get to actually build a keyboard. The long overdue and awaited section of the keyboard build where we actually put the keyboard together. Let's move everything else aside. Alright. Again, thank you to everyone that stuck around. I know today's been kind of a whirlwind, especially with me having to run off and find a soldering iron, but we got through it. And we're at the home stretch. Now the only thing is I don't know where my iFixit toolkit is, so I hope I have the right screwdriver. Alright, we are back, guys. I'm gonna go get an Allen key set and hope that it works. Now this is super dumb, but I don't have a toolkit on me. And so I went to a tool chest. Oh, these bits are not even close to small enough, are they? No! Dang it. 1 second, guys. There's no way I'm gonna have to run back and grab something else. Crap. Alright. Let's think, people. Think. What is something I can do right now to try and figure out? Hitsu! Sorry, 1 second, my cat. No! Out of there. Alright, sorry guys, 1 sec. I just need to find something with a hex head. I lent someone my iFixit kit I still haven't gotten. I need to find an Allen key set. Okay, I actually found an Allen key set now. So we're good. Note to self, remember when you let people borrow things. I completely forgot. Let's see, is it this size? There's no way. Please, don't tell me I need something smaller. Oh. Yes. It's spinning them. Alright, cool. So that's that. Now, what about the case screws? I'm gonna fall out, is it? No, it's not. Get to the case screws then. Are these the same size? They are. Alright. Now this is a gasket mount board of which I can't find instructions for online, so we're gonna try our best here. I've built gasket mounts before. Assuming it is what I think it is, there should be indents in the case for each gasket, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. But I just couldn't find any actual build instructions. That's why we were also running into the issue with the with the VIA software, which I guess is a consistent thing because nothing ever came of even after flashing the firmware. Fortunately, you know, I figured out DFU mode and I got that all sorted, and you know, it's good to put my my knowledge to work, but didn't really result in anything productive. Still doesn't work in VIA for whatever reason, whether it be a web version or the desktop app. Okay, all the screws are undone now. Going to very slowly. Okay, top and bottom shell are now separated. Now I will get these screws out without dropping any. Okay, there's one. Two. Three. That's the 4 top ones now. Now the bottom ones. Are these all the same length? Oh, they are. I don't even gotta organize them then. Cool. I thought because the top section was taller that the actual screws themselves would then be different lengths, but fortunately with the way this was machined, I don't gotta worry about that. Put this aside. Let's bring this here. Okay. I can only presume these are our gasket cutouts. Right? Because those are where the plate itself is going to attach to the board. Yeah. These pour-on gaskets are cut exactly to the size. Cool. Alright, so if anyone's ever done a gasket mount keyboard, you already know. Just stick it in there, press it down, and there you go. So we're going to do that a few more times. Put everything aside. From the looks of things, you need to do top and bottom. Considering how many gaskets they gave and all the indents, so nothing to it but to do it. I love how well these gaskets fit. You know, sometimes you get a kit and the gasket's kind of like a generic gasket, just like a generic oval shape, and it fits, but it's not like what's the word? It's not like tailored to the chassis, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. Like the oval won't exactly fit as precisely as you kind of want it to. These are exact. Oh, these are so nice. Oh. This keyboard is going to feel like a cloud. These are nice, thick pour-on gaskets, for anyone wondering. They're really... This adhesive is crazy. They really, like, stuck to the paper. Okay. Almost through it. Thanks, babe. So are you. We're almost wrapped up. Just getting all the gaskets in place while that one didn't really want to adhere. Why is this one like curling? 1 second, guys. Okay. There we go. Also, babe, if you're listening, at least in reference to our text conversation, always on. It's my pleasure. Also, if anyone ends up looking at the Mercury 6, okay. This is how stuck on there the gaskets are. I just ripped a piece off. Luckily, they give you a crap ton of them. If anyone is looking to get a Mercury 65, they do sell like extra badges and stuff. I don't know if they're in stock. Keep in mind, because this group buy is like years old, but they do sell extra badges if you want to change it. It's just this one screw right here. I'll just pull this one up since it's touched on. I'm gonna leave that. There's not. I'm gonna end up ripping it, and then it's gonna be a pain in the ass to pull out. We'll just be more careful on the next one. There we go. Yeah. As my little brother walks into frame. I had to borrow my vacuum. Please. Play nice. Oh my god, it's rolling? Okay. Got it. Let's tuck it this side, right? Oh. Jesus. Okay. Byproduct of precisely machined pour-on gaskets. If you don't get them exactly right, they're going to do something funky. You can see this one being a little bit wonky. That's because the adhesive, like, sticking on the front second. There we go. Better. Alright, last gasket, guys. No. Please. I'm begging. No. Okay, there we go. Down gently. Okay, good. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Now, we do this. Alright. All right, now that that's in place, let's get the daughter board in. Get it together. We're done. What do you mean? Not my fault these gaskets are difficult. All the daughter board screws are out. Let's put this there. Where did I put my daughter board? I just out there. Dang, they really want a tight radius on this JST. There we go. Okay. Daughter board in place. Now let's just screw it down. One in. These are going to be a pain to get in because I kind of got to use like the, kind of got to just try my best to get them in there because these are non-ferrous. Well, actually, I don't know if these are non-ferrous, but this Allen key set is non-magnetic, so it's possible that these screws are also non-ferrous. That's typically a thing with premium boards, but okay, let's see. Can I get it in the hole? There we go. Okay. Leave these a little bit loose. So there's a little bit of movement in the daughter board in case that there's a slight, like, there's a slight misalignment so that the screws can fix themselves into place. I have to freaking glue these screws on at this point. All right, let's do that. And then just, there we go. Okay. Last part. All right. Now we can cinch these all down as tight as I feel comfortable, which for anyone who's ever doing a daughter board, snug is enough. You don't gotta go crazy. Snug it and leave it. Snug it and leave it. Alright. That's in, that's in. Now all that's left is JST connector, which will go in like this. JST connector fully plugged in. And then before I cinch absolutely everything down, just check. Yep. We hear Windows. We know that that's detected. And okay, take this whole thing. And it's over. Right there. Now you're gonna be fighting the resistance of the pour-on gaskets. You know, they're spongy. They're gonna basically carry the board up as high as it can. So you kind of gotta put some pressure and then start screwing down. As you begin to screw the board down, it'll come together. Try to do opposing corners as you go, by the way, so that basically the load is, you don't necessarily need to split the load. It's not like these things are like heavily torqued or anything, but it's just better to make sure that everything gets seated properly. Why can't I press this any further? This isn't compressing anymore, so I'm going to... Okay. Doesn't look like the screws are actually cinching anything further down. I don't want to break anything. Okay, this is why we include build constructions, Rocket Keyboards, which, fair to them, they might actually have. I just couldn't find them myself. Let's see here. The screw's gonna do anything? There's no further compression, so we're going to pull these screws out and figure out what's going on. One of these gaskets does not belong. Don't know which one it is. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Screw is left. Three, four, five, six. Okay. That one still has the thread attached? Okay. Alright, screws aside. Let's pull this up. Now, what is wrong here? Is it possible that the gaskets are only one-sided? Or that I did something wrong here? Were the gaskets supposed to go on the plate? Oh, my keyboard isn't even plugged in. 1 second, guys. I hate when things go a little bit south. That's been happening a lot. Okay. Alright, let me look up someone else's stream of the build then, I guess, because I can't figure out how to put this shit together. What's that, guys? No, yeah, the gaskets go in both the top and the bottom housing. I did everything correctly. Theirs ended up cinching down. Why isn't mine cinching down? What am I fighting here? There's something that's... Alright. There is give in the gaskets, but it's not a lot. Why is that? There's enough space. There's nothing obstructing anything. I'm just a little confused here. Oh, the JST cable? No, it's not the JST cable. What am I missing here, guys? I'm confused. No matter what I do, this doesn't want to compress together. No matter how hard. Oh, wait. What? Never mind. I don't know what I did, but I did it. Okay, now I gotta compress this thing while screwing. Alright, I know you guys can't see anything right now. I'm just holding it in my lap so I can compress it while I'm screwing this in. Yeah, there's one in. Do this thing. I don't know what changed, if there's just a certain alignment to it or what, but working now. Okay. Alright. Gaps are filled, friends. Awesome. Let's just get the screws in now. Sorry about that. Ah. What's left? Okay. Just had another screw here. It was literally just another screw on the desk. Hello? Okay. Find that in a second, I guess. There were two screws here, now there is one. Drop it, didn't it? My floor is clear in front of me, so if I did, I would see it. So it's somewhere on my desk. Just can't really see it right now, but that's fine. Let's just cinch down the rest of these, and then we'll get to that in a second. This keyboard is solid alu, so technically, if you really wanted to torque these down, you could. But just like the daughter board, you don't have to go past snug. It's unnecessary to go any further. You can if you really want to, but I don't deem it necessary. Nor do I think should you really want to. Because imagine if you ever try to take these out. Tight. This one tight. Tight. Okay. Right. Now I gotta double check that I don't have any screws on me. No. One key set off the desk. I'll go back in the VOD and find those screws later, since they rolled off literally in view of the top down. No problem. Now, before we get to our keycaps, we have our piece de resistance, our bump-ons. For anyone wondering, bump on feet. It's just cute name given to a relatively melancholy item. Not melancholy. Seriously? Okay, you guys can hear me again. Thank God. Yo, XLRs are so fragile, man. I have to get rid of this thing. Literally, anytime I slightly bump my Go XLR, because I lifted it to see if the screw fell under it, and anytime I slightly lift it, the thing just, I can't get it to do anything. Like, it just cuts out completely. That's why I was just like, what? I was just like grabbing my face palming. Like, what? I couldn't hear anything. Stream couldn't hear anything. My audio sources weren't coming up. Like, Jesus Christ, bro. I couldn't even move the damn thing. Like, it is not a hot swappable piece by any means. You cannot just disconnect that thing whenever you want. Which, to be fair, like, it's a sophisticated piece of kit or whatever, but it's still a USB connected device. It should be able to, you know, use USB functionality of unplugging and replugging. Right. So, like I said, I am missing a singular screw. We'll find it off stream. I'm just going to look back in the footage and see, because it was right here. There were two of them. I grabbed one, I grabbed the other, and the other disappeared in my finger, and I didn't feel it roll off or anything. I'll find that. Not too stressed. Gotta look around. But almost go on, because I have work at 6 in the morning, so let's just wrap this up. I'm gonna fall in here. Oh man, there's a machining mark on this keycap. You guys see that? Yeah, right there. That's annoying, GMK. What the hell? Like a little dimple from the tooling process. Because I'm not sure if these are I don't know how GMK actually produces their keycaps. If this is extruded, it's probably where the nozzle was in the mold. Assuming that, again, this is extruded and uses that process, I could be. What the heck? Spacebar rubs against the housing. Dude. So because of the slopes of spacebar, you have to upside down it if you don't want to rub the housing, which I think is ridiculous. Alright, let's do the rest. Hmm. It's in the sub tray. I'm looking for minus and plus. Wait a minute. Oh. Okay. Okay. There's a few differences between US and Japanese text. I mean, keyboards. Sorry, I don't know why I said text. I have to switch these out since these all have different symbols for 6, 7, and 8, and number 2 as well. Again, for anyone unfamiliar, JIS, like a modified ISO. It's meant to be specific to them. And so, gotta switch these out for it to make sense for anyone who's writing in English. Otherwise, you're gonna see those keycaps and think they're doing something else. Okay, now do they have plus and minus? They do. There we go. And again, the 2U backspace, which they don't traditionally have. It's typically a single unit split backspace. Bruh. What is with this keyboard? Alright, well. The bottom row alt is stuck. The tolerance is on this thing. Oh, I gotta... That's my fault. I gotta push it up then. Damn it. Gasket mount keyboards. Okay. Time to deal with unscrewing. Again. Sorry, guys. Because of the way that this is sitting against two gaskets, right? It's kind of just like floating in mid space. And so due to that, due to the fact that this PCB and plate assembly is essentially floating between the two gaskets, you gotta get it right in the middle. Because once it's cinched down, you're not getting that out. Okay, now that this is loose, now nothing on the bottom touches. Nothing on top does either. And we can compress this whole stupid thing. Awesome. And pretty much all the screws fell out, so we gotta start from scratch again. Come on, get in the hole. Get in the hole. Bruh. Thank you. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I'm sure this is as frustrating for you to watch as it is for me to do. Growing pains of building a new keyboard. Something I've never touched before. Wait. Okay. No. Before I fully put on all of our keys. Top row isn't touching. Bottom row isn't touching. Awesome. Nothing's touching, and I can finish throwing this damn thing. Okay. So I'm really not too sure how, but as it turns out, the screw I lost right here. The reason I didn't hear it fall is because it landed in my Crocs, which are about 2 feet behind me. So, well, that's interesting. And that did happen. Over here thinking like, you know, if it fell, surely I would hear it. Nope. Somehow landed in a Croc. That's tight. Tight, that's tight. 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 And almost tight. Okay. Good and tight. Okay. Finally. Sorry about all this, guys. I know this is taking forever. Where's tab? They have tab? Yeah. I've not had the best of sleeps these past few days, so hopefully tonight get some good rest. Hopefully everyone watching does too. Wish you guys all the best as we slowly close out this final chapter. It's interesting that despite using JIS, the Japanese still, I mean, assuming this is accurate, right? This might have been adapted for us. I don't necessarily believe that because it started off with split backspace, you know, the numerics, how they are with the different symbols. But if it isn't adapted to us, and this is how JIS is, I'm curious as to why they still chose to use QWERTY, at least some version of it, right? Because to them, they would just use the kanji. It wouldn't be QWERTY. It would be just these symbols on their keyboards. So I'm curious if this is a true adaptation, right? If these are correct, why they would adapt it that way. Okay, now we need brackets. Wait a minute, did I just... No, I did that correctly. Yeah, I did that correctly. Okay, let's get this there. Okay, now we need right shift, which is shortened. Well, we don't need it. I'm just trying to get through all the modifiers since those are available right now. Oh, I'm starving. I can't wait to make dinner. I thought this build was going to be a lot quicker than this, to be honest with you guys. Do control and then... No, I was going to do system, but screw it. I don't know what this means, but it looks cool, so we'll use that. And then now that the bottom isn't pressing, I can do spacebar the standard way. Awesome. Damn, that thing looks good. Let me do... This is FN, so that would be control. Do I have a second 1.25 control? No? I guess not. Alright, doesn't matter. I'll use this. Whatever that means. I don't even think it's scalloped for the right profile for R4. Actually, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. I am exhausted. Oh, I did another oops. They don't have this. Well, we don't have that, sorry. That's a Japanese thing with the plus being there. For us, it would be both this and then I just had the other one in my hand. There it is. This. Semicolon and colon. Also, I did find that other control, but this is cooler, so we're gonna keep this. All right. Home stretch, home stretch. Talk to me nice. Okay, so this is delete and then page up, page down. Page down. That's not the correct row for page down. There we go. Found it. Page up and page down. Those are the correct scalloping for that. And then our arrow keys. Where are we? There we are. Got the correct sculpting for all our keys. Everything is where it needs to be. Ugh, finally. I'm beat. What's that, guys? I just gotta do a quick cleanup while you guys stare at this beautiful thing. Since I gotta get up so early for work, I'm probably not gonna have time to clean up in the morning or even right after this stream because it's midnight, but it is what it is. This keycap set is really clean. It's cleaner than GMK white on black katakana, honestly. I really dig it. Might have to get myself a pair, but nothing's ever gonna beat. Oh, looking at this. Oh, clean. Sorry, I know I said I was gonna be cleaning up while you guys looked at this, but I couldn't help myself. Okay. Soldering iron. And again, shout out to my best friend Noel for letting me use a soldering iron. It was a last minute thing. Graciously, he had signal because he's not even in the country. I was able to go over and pick this up and use it. Let's get all this. Okay, let's get the Allen key back away. Thank God I had the correct Allen key for this. A lot of things had to come together for this build to work out, and honestly, in the end, they did. And I'm glad and surprised and tired from all the running around, and yeah. We built a keyboard together. Get mine out of the way. Yeah, let's get this in the picture. Okay, let's go over here. One, let's flex with the lighting. Two. Wow. Let's give me 1 second. I gotta dim the lights. This camera doesn't really have the best ISO adjustment, so I kind of just do it based on the lighting. Elgato. If anyone's wondering what lights I'm using Elgato's air lights thingies. Whatever they're called. I forgot their exact name. Key light air, I think? The right one isn't picking up right now, please. Can I need you, buddy? Only annoying thing about this process. Let me see. Click this off. Actually, a lot better. Oh, seriously? That's so annoying. It came up on the app right as I turned the damn thing off. Alright, there we go. There we go. Let's dim those lights. Get this angle correct. Let's get my man Ghosty in the frame. It's been a while. He deserves it. He's the best boy. And he matches the board. We're gonna get me out of the way. I got that. And crap. I didn't rebind my sorry, one sec, guys. I didn't rebind my oh, I did. A better angle. Get a better. Right, you get it, babe. Stunning. Thank you, thank you. What is that email? TP Fufun. That's so cute. Accidentally stopped streaming because I'm just pressing keys. Oh, didn't realize I was in frame. My bad, guys. Okay, my screenshot button stopped working. What the? Oh, it's because I'm pressing keys down. Not detecting the presses. Multiple keys pressed down. Yep, there it is. This is a really hard angle to get. Oh, whatever. You guys get the idea. Okay. All right, now we're gonna do our typing test. All right, let's turn off the music for the last time tonight. Let us lighting better, cool. Here, ooh, that's way over. Better. All right, music off. Turn off my noise gate. Let's pull up monkey type. Ooh. Let me do a 60-second test. It's a little short, actually. Oh, that was a 15-second. That's why I was so... Okay, we're going to do 30 seconds. Sorry about that, guys. I do love how this thing sounds, though. I'm not going to lie. guys. Thank you so very much for watching. It has been a pleasure. I appreciate every single one of you that have come through to the stream. Thank you to Jadent. Thank you to my girlfriend. Thank you to my man Leon. Anybody interacting on YouTube, you guys are the reason I do this, and I will continue to do this to the best of my abilities. It's a little bit hard to be consistent just with my work schedule, but it truly does mean the world that all of you were here and you got to experience this with me. I absolutely love this keyboard. It's a hefty thing. I like the way it sounds. I'm a big Holy Panda fan. I used to run Holy Pandas daily. If anyone's on the fence about it and you're into tactiles, I recommend it. The sound might not be for anyone. It's a little bit clacky. It's not as stocky, but either way, that's everything I've got for you guys.